Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to Tug Valley, West Virginia, where we are here for the most important game of these 27 young girls' lives here today. The winner moves on to the state tournament in Charleston, and the loser season is over here today. Chris Kidd and Bradley Dameron here with you on the call this afternoon. And again, we've gone through a little over an hour of a rain delay here today, Bradley. They've done a great job of getting the field together now after a hard rain came through right near the end. And we've had a lot of anticipation here over the last couple hours, but we're finally getting ready for first pitch now.
Yeah, Chris, it was quite the goalie washer, as they could say, there for a bit. But it seems to have cleared up, and I don't think there's any rain left, on the radar. Maybe just a tiny little bit, but it looks like we should be good to go today. Yeah,
again, it showed that there might be a little something coming in after, but nothing should be major. So hopefully if it's just something else moving in, it's just a light drizzle, and these girls can get to action here today as Tug Valley won game one of this series after trailing 5-0 in that contest, able to rally back and win it late. But then yesterday, Wahama able to force a deciding game 3 with a 4-0 shutout win over Tug Valley. So this Wahama team's been able to hit off of this Tug Valley pitching that's been so effective this year. And if you're Tug Valley, really you've only had one inning where your bats were awake in this series so far between the two. They've got to find a way to be more offensive today against Miss Banks, who has been so superb on the mound.
Yes. Yeah, yesterday Banks, she, I think, threw a 3-hitter, a shutout, just fantastic, and had some fantastic fielding behind her as well.
Again, that's going to be key today. Who can make the plays, who can come up with the hits, who can not make the costly mistake, because this game has everything riding on it, especially a trip to Charleston and the Girls State Softball Championships. We're going to step aside for a break.
Let's go to that, Chris. Let's go over what makes this event happen.
All right, let's do that then. Instead, again, we'd like to thank our sponsors here today for helping us bring the action. Again, United Motorsports, Tug Valley Wellness Clinic, Western Auto, United Insurance Solutions, Hope and Faith Boutique, Little Flower Baked Goods, Bronze Bliss, Three Guys Pizza and Brew, Williamson Pharmacy, Treasures Unlimited, Genmar Services, Logan Regional Medical Center, White's Eye Care, Logan Bank and Trust, Trailhead Bar and Grill, Hidden Jewels Rentals, Panther Mart, Southern West Virginia Community and Technical College, George at State Farm.
George Swain.
There we go. Swain. Okay, I can see it now. George Swain at State Farm. 304 Motorsports Park, the 1910 restaurant in downtown Logan, Mountaineer Buildings, Backcountry ATV Rentals, Warfield Market, Tommy's Auto Sales, Magnolia Fair coming your way June 10th through 13th, City Auto Care, Quality Metal Roofing, PT12 Pizzeria and Barbecue, FSS Towing, Hurley's Jump Zone, Bridge Mart Services as well here this evening. Again, want to give a big shout out for Swivik, Southern West Virginia Community and Technical College, coming on with us this week. Again, great place to send your kids, or if you're looking at college, great place to go to further your education after high school. Again, Southern West Virginia Community and Technical College. We'll step aside for a break and be back right after this as you're watching the Girls Softball Regional Championship right here on the D&D Sports Network. Welcome back, everybody, here to Tug Valley, West Virginia. Chris Kidd, Bradley Dameron, Tommy Coppage, Kevin Jones, and Jackson Estridge here with you today on the call for this regional championship game. Again, we had another brief rain spell come right through during our commercial break that came down for a good bit for around a minute or so and finally dissipated, and we were like, oh, no, not again.
We keep saying, hey, the rain's gone, it's not coming, and then here it comes again, Chris.
Yep, that's what I said. I'm glad I didn't get my degree in meteorology. I would have been fired a long time ago at this rate. But, yeah, it's just been a lot of different pockets kind of coming through. We may get a couple more as the afternoon goes along, but we're hoping that the worst of it's behind us now as we get ready to get things started this evening. And looking at the path that these two kind of took to get here, again, they really dominated their opponents in order to get to this championship round. Again, Wahama, they were able to defeat Work County 11-0, knock them out later on. Tug Valley beat St. Joe 30-0 in the first game of this tournament. Again, they scored 21 runs in the third inning and had 25 batters.
That's crazy, isn't
it? I mean, I haven't seen anything like that since probably Little League somewhere a long time ago, but Lord of mercy, I said that was tough. So they 10-run rule to say the least. St. Joe.
Times 3.
Yeah. I was going to say they did it a couple times over in that game. And now these two that have been number 3 and number 4 in the state respectively coming into this week, now fighting for the final spot in the Class A field. Again, things gotten wonky on the high side of this bracket too, guys. Again, Man knocking off Gilmer County, who was undefeated before then.
So Man's sitting there in the championship waiting on Gilmer to get back to them if they do. And then they have to beat Man twice, right?
Yep. Yeah, that's what Wahama's trying to overcome right here after losing Game 1 to Tug Valley and winning yesterday to force this deciding Game 3.
We're getting ready to get the players' introductions here.
All right, so do we want to listen in for this?
Call them if you want to.
All right, we can talk about them instead. Yeah. Again, for Wahama here this afternoon, leading off will be Audrey Reynolds, the center fielder. Batting second will be Fiona Van Matre, the shortstop. Batting third will be Eve Smith, the third baseman. In the cleanup spot will be Rayleigh Zerke, the first baseman. Batting fifth is the opposing pitcher, Gracie Banks. In the sixth hole is Marley Carr, the second baseman. Abby Flowers, the opposing catcher, will be batting seventh. Mary Brinker will be the designated player, so she won't be playing in the field, but she will be batting for Wahama. And Izzy Nance, the right fielder, will round out the starting lineup for the White Falcons here today. On Tug Valley's side, leading off will be Bailey Hall, the shortstop. Then you have catcher Paisley Bolliard batting second. In the three hole will be Katie Hall, the third baseman. Batting fourth and pitching tonight will be Emma Lackey. So they give the ball to Lackey here tonight. They had the choice between her and Hall, and they'll go with Lackey this evening. Gracie Hind, the second baseman, batting fifth. Batting sixth will be Kaylee Steele. In the seventh spot will be Briley Fletcher, the first baseman. Batting eighth will be Zoe Hensley, the left fielder. And batting ninth will be Peyton Workman, the right fielder.
And, Chris, this should be a good ball game. I mean, Tug Valley battled back. We was here that night during the Mingo County Championship. We looked over at Tug was down 5-0 in the fourth inning. And then we heard all this big roar going on. We turned around, and it's tied 5-5. They end up pulling that one out 6-5. And yesterday, Wahama was just dominant, dude. They got a freshman third baseman at Wahama, Chris, that I promise you, Tug Valley hit rockets at her all day on third, and she didn't make one error. I think she ended up accumulating 9 outs herself.
That's incredible. And like we said, whenever you've got a hot shot on the left side of this infield, I mean, it makes a massive difference. And again, that's going to be the big part today. Again, hopefully both teams will play a clean game here today, but there's possibly going to be a mistake pop up somewhere sometime, and with the field maybe in the condition it's in right now, it could cause some slippages. It could cause some issues, especially in the outfield where they haven't had a chance to treat it.
What helped Wahama yesterday, Chris? They only made one error, and it was in the later innings when they was already up 7-0. But they was error-free until like the top or the bottom of the seventh, wasn't it, Bradley?
Not just error-free, making great plays, grab after grab after grab.
Yes.
Now we're getting ready for the playing of our national anthem here this afternoon. So let's listen in to our national anthem. now it's time for our All Eyes on Me, brought to you by White Eye Care. Here this evening as you take a look at a couple of the big players in tonight's contest for Tug Valley. Bailey Hall, who's a utility player and pitcher for Tug Valley. Again, she's batting .675 on the season, 13 home runs, 27 RBIs, and 34 stolen bases. Again, on the mound, she's been 11-2 this year with a 1.24 ERA, 117 strikeouts, and 73 2/3 innings pitched. And Emma Lackey, batting .381 on the year with 4 home runs and 28 RBIs, and she'll be on the mound here today with an 11-4 record overall, a 1.98 ERA, 164 strikeouts, and 84 2/3 innings. So, again, Lackey, she's a little bit more of a power pitcher than Hall is, and if she's got her A game on, she is extremely tough to hit, Bradley.
Yeah, Lackey, she's topped out at 68 in a game before. Often her pitches are around the 64 to 66 range. You see just an incredible power pitcher. And today, if she's on, then it's good for Tug Valley because they need her.
Yeah, because we got to see her over in Logan at the Rec Center.
No-hitter.
Kevin, threw a no-hitter that day. Her and Bailey Hall both threw a no-hitter that day. But
back-to-back, right?
Yeah, and we were right down there field level with Lackey, and, you could hear the leather popping off the catcher after every pitch. And we talked about it even with her family, said she's absolutely a monster if she gets going and she's on her game. And Tug Valley needs her to be on her game at the highest level here today as Wahama, winners of 3 straight state championships earlier this decade, trying to get back to Charleston as well.
Play ball now, right?
Let's do it, guys. The state tournament berth is on the line here today, and we're ready to get started with the first batter of the game. We're glad you're with us here this afternoon on the D&D Sports Network as Lackey will deal to Audrey Reynolds. First pitch, a fastball, in for a strike, and we're underway.
Rock and fire right off the bat, right?
Absolutely. Set the tone right away. And that's what Lackey looking to do here in this first inning. She rocks and fires again. Another fastball right down Broadway looking for a strike. So a good start here so far for Lackey. And I think that's big for Tug Valley here today. You just don't want to fall behind like you have in the first 2 games.
No.
At least not the holes they've dug themselves. So here's the 0-2. This one hit out towards short. Fielded there cleanly. Hall over to first. Not in time as Reynolds able to beat it out. And you know what? There's nothing wrong with what Tug Valley did there defensively. Reynolds just that quick down the first baseline, and it'll be a leadoff hit.
Well, we've talked about it the last night when we was here. Wahama has so much speed, Chris.
Yeah, I heard you guys talking about it with some of the people from Wahama earlier today, and even they agreed. They said, yeah, we're really quick and we're going to test you, and they'll do it right here off the first pitch. Bolliard's throw down, not going to be in time, and there's a stolen base for Reynolds. So Wahama continuing to be the aggressors that they have been in the first 2 games of this series. Trying to apply pressure early on here to Tug Valley.
Crowd, you get a good look at the crowd here.
And Matre standing in. That fastball misses up and away. 1-1 the count. And already the White Falcons flexing their muscle here in the first inning. Trying to put Tug Valley down early in this deciding game. This one lifted in the air to shallow right. Backing up is Hind, and Gracie Hind will make the grab for out number 1. And again, you just saw that ball just die off the end of that bat whenever she hit it. If you can catch it in the right spot, it can go quite a ways, but, that ball just deadens at the top of that bat, and there's not a whole lot it's going to do. So that'll bring up Eve Smith now, the third baseman. And as you said, Kevin, just a freshman in this lineup. And she has been outstanding during this tournament play so far. Can she come up with a hit to give Wahama an early lead? That fastball just misses inside as Bolliard tried to frame it.
Well, she definitely got our Golden Glove Award yesterday.
I did. I had to go back and backtrack and watch a little bit of that, and I saw a couple of the plays she made that were incredible, as this one's going to be chopped foul over towards the third base side. Now it count to 2-1 here with one out in the top of the first inning. They'll just throw that ball back in, try and get it cleaned up. Now Lackey again. They put a lot of dirt down around the infield, up the first baseline, third baseline, especially around the mound to try and help these pitchers get a better grip whenever they need it. Swing and a miss, strike two.
Nice pitch there, Lackey. She painted the outside corner there, Chris.
She just came with straight gas on that pitch and was able to blow it by Van Matre, and now they count at 2-2. Excuse me, to Smith. Swing and a miss, strike three, as she gets Smith swinging for her first strikeout of the afternoon.
That was a big strikeout by Lackey to get two down here with the runner on second.
So now the batter will be Rayleigh Zerke, the cleanup hitter in the lineup. Got a runner out at second base, leadoff hit this inning, and now it's drilled out to left field right at Hensley, who makes the grab for out number 3. An absolute screamer from Zerke, but nothing doing here in the top of the first for Wahama. We'll be back after this. You're watching the regional championship game with us right here on the D&D Sports Network.
Hi, Smokey Armstrong, United Motorsports in Belfry. Kick into high gear with great deals on new Honda motorcycles and ATVs. Power through any terrain with savings up to $7,000 on selected Polaris side-by-sides and ATVs. Built for work, built for play, and ready to ride. Get the job done with Kawasaki. New and pre-owned inventory from parts to service and the financing to get you approved. It's all right here. United Motorsports, Belfry.
Looking for a new healthcare provider? Come see us at Tug Valley Wellness Clinic. We take all patients from the ages 2 and up. Our staff has over 30 years of medical experience. We do everything from DOT physicals, wellness exams, adult and child, walk-in visits, and more. Call us today at 304-236-3601 or reach us Monday through Friday.
Today's broadcast is brought to you by Southern West Virginia Community and Technical College, where your future starts close to home. Whether you're looking to earn a degree, learn a trade, or start a new career, Southern offers affordable education with campuses right here in the mountains. Small class sizes, hands-on training, and programs built for today's workforce make Southern the perfect place to take the next step. Again, visit Southern West Virginia Community and Technical College online or in person in Logan, West Virginia. Again, Chris Kidd, Kevin Jones, Bradley Dameron, Tommy Coppage, Jackson Estridge here today for this regional championship game to see who moves on to the state tournament. And that first pitch is going to hit Bailey Hall.
That's what you want for Tug right now. Get the leadoff batter on right with the first pitch, right?
Absolutely. You'll take base runners any way you can get them in a game like this today. And again, Hall, who's been one of the most prolific hitters in the state.
Yeah.
You know, not the worst thing in the world, I guess, if she
probably
gets
not a
one
bad
base.
idea, you know, just let her get a first base out of it.
I think Huntington St. Joe intentionally walked her all 5 times in a game earlier in this tournament. Just did not want to deal with her whatsoever.
5 times. That's crazy, isn't it?
It is. I saw that stat, and I was like, wow, they just did not even want to. It was like Barry Bonds type stuff back in the day. And now it'll bring up Paisley Bolyard, the catcher. She squares the bunt, can't get it down, so 0 for 2 now on bunt attempts. We'll see if they keep it on here for Bolyard or not.
Bolyard just swung the bat well. She had one of Tug Valley's 2 hits yesterday.
And again, she's had several big games this year at the plate. She's an excellent catcher. Now trying to help ignite. First batter reaching on that hit a moment ago, or hit by a pitch a moment ago. This one a high chopper, gets over the third baseman's head and gets through shortstop. Digging for third is Hall. She'll be in, sliding, and now the runner will break for second, and Tug Valley has second and third with nobody out here in the bottom of the first.
Man, if you're Tug Valley, you can't ask for a better start, right?
That is absolutely what the doctor ordered for the Panthers. Now, can they get the early lead that they haven't been able to get in the past 2 games?
Guys, you're tuning in. Hit that like and share button. Let's see if we can get it up to 300, Chris. I believe we can, don't you? We're
Absolutely.
at 250 right now.
Absolutely. Again, a game like this, and the importance of it, and how much this sport means to both these communities. Again, definitely get word out,
Well,
like
this
and
could
share.
this could possibly be history here. No team from Mingo County has ever made the state, Chris, in softball.
It is. That's a huge statistic looming here today then over top of Tug Valley. As we said, Wahama's been there. They've done that. They did it 3 times this decade already. So they are the quote-unquote veteran club, even though they are young. Again, both these teams rather young. As bunt gotten down, trying to see if they can get a squeeze play. The runner will hold it
Wow,
third.
bases loaded, no outs for Tug Valley.
As Katie Hall, the great bunt.
And Miss Lackey coming up, Chris, she can help herself here a whole lot, right?
Absolutely, and Lackey, she's got one of the bigger bats in this lineup in the cleanup spot. She was 5 for 5 with 2 home runs and 5 RBIs against St. Joe. So she can turn up the heat in a hurry. And now with nobody out, Banks in a lot of trouble here in the bottom of the first. Banks tries to settle herself in. So good yesterday, but Tug Valley attacking here early on as that one fouled straight back at us. Count 0-1. As you guys said, Banks has pitched in all 3 of these games between Tug Valley and Wahama. Minus 1 inning of work. Tug Valley's had difficulty trying to get anything off of her.
Tug Valley's got more base runners right now than they did the whole game yesterday.
That one just missed as it's fouled out of play.
Right about that, ain't it, Bradley? They had 3 base runners yesterday. They got 3 base runners now.
Yeah, you're right. This is as many as they had all game yesterday.
Yeah, I thought you guys mentioned they only had about 3 hits yesterday. It just goes to show how tough Banks was on these hitters all afternoon. But now Tug Valley trying to retaliate here in the bottom of the first. That pitch gets away, but the runners will hold. There's not a deep backstop here on this softball field. So it's not going to be as easy to take home as it was on the adjacent field that we were on Wednesday for that middle school championship. So I'd say you'll see runners be a little bit more selective today. 1 and 2, change up. Oh, what
that
a
was
pitch.
nasty.
Banks, she let out a huge scream after that on the mound, trying to pump herself up as she eliminates a very dangerous hitter.
Yeah.
Now that'll bring up Gracie Hine, the second baseman. And we've seen Hine have some big games as well this year. And this is a Tug Valley club that bats .317 as a team on the year, so they are a very good offense that Banks is having to deal with today. That one misses upstairs, 1-0. Hind also a freshman in a big spot here today. Had a put out in the first inning. This one hit hard towards second. Coming home with it. Not in time. Hall able to beat it out, and nobody retired in the process, and it's 1-0 Tug Valley.
Big time hit there by Hine to get this first run across, right?
Yeah,
Base is still juice, Chris, with 1 out.
That is such a huge deal right there to get on the board first for Tug Valley. Again, they've only had the lead in this series for a baby's breath so far. It was it was enough for 1 win, but they'd love to give themselves some breathing room here early on. So now that'll bring up Kaylee Steele, the center fielder. Steele had a 5 for 5 game and 4 RBIs in this tournament as well, as she squared the bunt but pulled back. You see Tug Valley showing some different looks at Banks here early on, squaring the bunt, actually laying down some bunts.
Little small ball going on, right?
Absolutely. Put the ball in play, make the defense make a play. Ooh, high heat, and she went after that one, came up empty. Count 1-1 here in bottom of the first inning. In this deciding regional championship game, both teams with 1 loss and 1 win against each other. Winner moves on to Charleston. Loser season is done as Steele fouls it hard back into the screen.
That was right back at Kevin Jones there.
I was going to say, I thought you guys had a play on it.
Yeah, it kind of scared me.
I was going to say, if we didn't have the fences here and stuff, it would be a shooting gallery up here with us most of the time. Banks trying to get the dugout to roll through some different signs. She didn't like what she got at first. Comes with this one, hitting the air to shallow center, sinking fast. Getting there, though, is Reynolds, and she'll make the grab and gets it in quickly as nobody able to tag up.
So probably a good thing. That young lady had a cannon. Did you see her throw that ball? Wow.
That was a rifle she brought back in. So I'm like you, even as quick as Tug Valley can be on the base path as well.
Yeah.
I don't know if I wanted to test that either.
But that's a big-time hit, though. It's just right at her.
Yeah, I thought it might get down at first, but then I looked down and saw it was Reynolds out there. I said, never mind. Again, we saw how quick she was in the first inning. That'll bring up Briley Fletcher now, the first baseman. She takes a big rip, but misses 0-1. Again, what a boost this would be to Wahama, though, as well. If you get out of bases loaded, nobody out, and only surrender one run. It'll be interesting if there's a ball that gets by. Will Tug Valley gamble and try and take home here? That one catches the inside corner, 0-2.
Yeah, she can work out of this jam with just 1 run scored. Big time for Wahama.
So I said you almost feel like the energy could change a little bit in that scenario, even with Tug Valley cashing in a run. Ooh, that one snow cone by Flowers almost got away from her.
I'm about like you, Chris. I believe if it gets by, I gamble, don't you?
Yeah,
I try
think
to
I
get that
would.
second run in.
Again, because if Banks finds a rhythm, it's going to be tough to get her out of it in this game. This one laced foul down the left field side. Just got over the fence. Hopefully everybody's okay over on that side. Looks as if they are.
Yeah, Darryl's got a good view at the young man that actually got the foul ball.
Is that Connor Williamson? If that's him, what are you doing here, son? He looked like one of my former tennis players. It might be Connor. It is Connor. What the world? 1-2. This one fouled over to the left again. No, just missed a car. So Fletcher been able to foul off a couple of tough pitches here in a row to stay alive. Again, it's 1-2 with 2 outs here in the bottom of the first inning. Tug Valley got the bases loaded with nobody out, scored on a fielder's choice, but haven't been able to plate another run as of yet. Wahama had a runner at second with nobody out in the top of the first inning, but couldn't cash in. So it could be an inning of missed opportunities on both sides. But it does look like we're going to have some action on the base path and on the scoreboard today. Now Banks rolling the ball in her hand, takes a look at her wrist as she comes set. This one again hit hard down the left side, but once again hooks just foul. It does feel like Tug Valley has a better sense of their timing on Banks so far here today, if nothing else.
Well, we talked about it earlier. This is the third time they've faced her. Usually the third time through on a pitcher, they usually get on. This is the third time facing her, so
yeah,
they might be on her today.
Once again, another 1-2 pitch to Fletcher. Goes with a
Nice
changeup.
pitch.
Oh, and strike 3 called as Banks with 2 big strikeouts in that sequence, both on changeups, and leaves the bases loaded here in the bottom of the first inning. But Tug Valley does strike for 1. We head to the top of the second here in the regional championship as you're watching live with us here on the D&D Sports Network. Welcome back, everybody, here on the D&D Sports Network. Chris Kidd, Bradley Dameron, Kevin Jones, Tommy Coppage, Jackson Estridge here with you today for this Class A Regional Championship matchup to see who moves on to the state tournament next week. And this top of the second inning brought to you by United Motorsports, with locations all across southern West Virginia and eastern Kentucky, including Logan, Danville, Pikeville, and Belfry. If you're looking for unbeatable deals on side-by-sides, four-wheelers, and more, nobody does it better than United Motorsports. As this one popped in the air towards second base by Banks on the first pitch, and that one will be in the glove of Hine for out number one. Again, also the United Motorsports, they not only keep you riding the trails, they help make sure fans across the coal fields can watch all the action right here on D&D Sports Network. Visit United Motorsports today and ride the best.
Good pitch.
That one just blown by Marley Carr. Tough introduction to her. That was a second strikeout by Lackey a moment ago. This one hit right back to the mound and an easy put out for Lackey. She runs it over to Fletcher for the second out.
3 pitches, 2 outs here in the top of the second. That's what you want if you're a pitcher, right?
Absolutely. Again, if you can get that type of production right out of the gate and not have to blow through a ton of pitches in an inning and have just a stress-free inning, boy, does that go a long way.
It's that Greg Maddox type of efficiency.
Now Lackey. Well, she uncorked that one, but missed as Abby Flowers, the number 7 hitter, stands in. That's the other thing. Limiting base runners limits Wahama's opportunities as well today if Lackey's able to do so. And yesterday, you saw Wahama get the bat around several times and attack this Tug Valley pitching. Is Lackey able to blow that fastball by for a strike, 1-1. This one going to be chopped up the first baseline, but it'll curl foul towards the Tug Valley bench.
Just a sophomore, one of the promising young pitchers we got in our coverage area. I mean, you got a young lady who throws at mid-60s, just a sophomore, and you know she's just going to keep working, right? So we got 2 more years of this young lady to watch.
Yeah, and you could tell we talked to her after the game that day just how, exuberant she was, how excited she was, and how much she loved this sport. Swing and a miss on a rise ball, and Lackey, she lets out a huge scream as she heads to the dugout in a quick 1-2-3 inning here in the top of the second. We'll be back after this as you're watching Girls High School Softball Regional Championship action here on the D&D Sports Network.
Folks, if you're in the market for a storage building, garage, barn, or custom structure, there's only one name you need to know. Mountaineer Buildings, conveniently located right outside Chapmanville, West Virginia, with multiple locations across Kentucky, West Virginia, and Ohio. They are the largest building company in the coal fields for a reason. They've got a huge inventory on lot, unbeatable deals, and waiting for you. Come see us at Mountaineer Buildings. Come on down to Treasures Unlimited in Kermit, West Virginia, and let us fill all your shopping needs. It's the holiday season. Don't be left without a gift to give. We got 90-day layaway, delivery. We got the best prices around. We will beat anybody's prices. We have a little bit of everything for everyone. 7 days a week we're open, Monday through Thursday, 10 to 6, Friday through Saturday, 10 to 7, Sunday, 11 to 6. Also, come find a treasure in our pallet bins. We got great deals. You never know what you'll find in our bins. That's Treasures Unlimited in Kermit, West Virginia. We look forward to seeing you.
Bottom of the second inning we go, with Tug Valley leading Wahama 1-0 here in this regional championship game. Chris Kidd, Tommy Coppage, Bradley Dameron, Kevin Jones, Jackson Estridge here today. As Tug Valley sends their 8, 9, and 1 hitters to the plate this inning. Zoe Hensley will lead things off. And then Peyton Workman followed by Bailey Hall. Banks able to pitch out of a massive jam last inning with only 1 run surrendered. It was bases loaded and nobody out. And she was able to dig deep and only surrendered 1 run. That could have been a cataclysmic bottom of the first inning. Now she gets ahead 0-2, and again, we've seen how great Lackey's looked so far on the mound. Banks is going to have to match that, and maybe then some. This one hit over the head of the first baseman, but just going to hook foul and out of play. So Hensley come all the way back, do the 0-2 again. Banks able to retrieve a new baseball after the fact. Again, this is the first year they've moved it to an 18 field in all the girls' classes at the state tournaments. It's going to have a different feel, different look this year. That changeup swung on a miss. She's got them all 3 times with that pitch.
I mean, she has her changeup working today, doesn't she?
It does, and it's not only that Tug Valley swinging at it. I mean, they've taken it for strike 3, so she's throwing it for a strike, which can be dangerous the more this game goes along. So that'll bring up Peyton Workman, the right fielder. That one fouled back into the screen. Count 0-1. There's Bailey Hall on deck. So if you're Wahama and Banks, you'd love to get Hall up to the plate with nobody on, limit the damage she might be able to do. Workman squaring the bunt now and fouls it.
Oh, it fouled it off the bat, didn't it?
Yeah, just caught the inside of the bat that time. And again, you can see they're really trying to make Wahama a little bit off balanced on that left side of the infield now. Again, Smith's had to charge in several times. They're able to get a high chopper over her head too, so I think they're just trying to keep her from getting too comfortable on that side. There's that changeup again. Oh, and how hard she throws, it's so hard to stop your bat in that scenario. Again, you're swinging at these fastballs and rise balls so much, and then she uncorks that on you. I mean, yeah, you're going to be way out in front of it. Now Bailey Hall, one of the most dangerous hitters in the state. Again, she's got 13 home runs. That's second in the state. She's number 1 in the state in batting average, the .671 average, as this one ripped foul and out of play. And she's got 27 RBIs. She's actually 72nd in the entire country with a 1.526 slugging percentage.
That's crazy, isn't it?
It is. It's wild.
She was just a little out in front of that one.
And she sees the ball so well. And she was hit by a pitch in her first at bat. That one just a little high, 1-1.
Well, you and I got to see her there at Logan when she hit one up on the road.
Oh, yeah. If the wind hadn't been blowing in, there might have been a couple cars in danger that day. Hall climbs back in, the 1-1. That rise ball misses, 2-1.
Well, I like about her, too. No batting gloves, Chris. Strong hands, right?
That's how I am on the golf course. I don't like having a glove, and it's kind of an old school look. You don't see it very often anymore from players.
Well, if you're Bailey right now, you've got the hitters count, right? 3-1. You could expect probably a fastball right down the middle here. It's probably set on it, right?
Yeah, I'd kind of be surprised if she challenges Hall in any significant way right here. That one fouled back into the screen. Now the count's going to run full. Yeah, Tug Valley's got 25 home runs as a team this year. Hall's got over half of them. So now she gets another opportunity here with a count full. Nobody on in the bottom of the second. Banks trying to keep this at a 1-0 deficit. And that'll be ball 4 outside, so Hall able to work her way back on base again. And that'll bring up Paisley Bolyard. It just goes to show the type of respect these pitchers have for Bailey Hall. I mean, they don't want to challenge her under any scenario because they know she can go yard in a heartbeat. So in this type of game, I mean, even with nobody on.
You can tell right there, so that last slide, she put a rip in her pants.
Did she?
Yeah, down there by her hamstring. So.
Oh, yeah, when she was diving into third base back in the first. Now Bolyard, who had that infield singler last time up, takes a rise ball and misses as Hall faked a steal over at first. It'll be interesting to see if they put her in motion in this at bat. Here's the 1-0 now to Bolyard. Swung on and hit hard towards short. Fielded over there by Van Matre. Over in time to Zerke for out number 3. So despite the 2-out walk, nothing doing for Tug Valley here in the bottom of the second. We go to the top of the third, still a 1-0 lead for the Lady Panthers as you are watching the Class A Regional Championship right here on the D&D Sports Network. Welcome back, everybody, here to Tug Valley, West Virginia, where we are here for the Class A Regional Championship game between Tug Valley and Wahama. And tonight's matchup is brought to you by United Insurance Agency with locations in Naugatuck and Man, West Virginia. Whether it's auto, home, life, or business insurance, the team at United Insurance Agency is committed to helping protect what matters most to you and your family. Friendly service, trusted coverage, and hometown people you can count on. That's what you'll find at United Insurance Agency. Stop by and see them today and tell them you heard about them on D&D Sports Network. It'll be the number 8, 9, and 1 hitters this inning for Wahama. It's Mary Brinker, designated player and hitter in this lineup. Again, not playing in the field, but is batting at the plate. And right now getting a whole eye full of Emma Lackey, who gets ahead 0-2. Lackey tonight so far only giving up 1 hit. That was the infield hit to Reynolds on the first batter of the game. She struck out 3 since then. As this one hit hard at third. What a glove by Hall over to first in time for out number 1. And Katie Hall, what a tough play at third, and she made that look routine.
Third, I call it Rocket World.
Yeah, third base I would not have survived. I played first base and catcher. They tried to keep me in low consequence situations. So now Lackey will deal with the number 9 hitter, Izzy Nance now.
And this young lady can fly too. She's a slap hitter, Chris.
I was ready to say, if she's a slap hitter out of that left-handed box, it makes her incredibly difficult. You see Tug Valley scooting in on the left side of the infield. And you saw right away Nance was trying to get that down and take off.
I think slap hitters is the biggest disadvantage in softball, man. If they can get that slap down, they're halfway down the line before it's even there. It's I'm not disadvantage, a big advantage in softball is what I meant. And sometimes they can chop it over the head there at third.
And this time she does get it down, and there's going to be no chance
foul
to get
ball,
her.
Foul ball.
Oh. So I think they said it may have hit her out of the box. But yeah, I was about ready to say that,
there's no chance.
There was absolutely no way they were going to have a chance to throw her out.
No, this young lady has afterburners, I promise you. I think she was probably 2 for 2 yesterday, wasn't she, with a couple slap hits, wasn't it, Bradley?
Yeah, she's so fast that once, the ball comes out, she's already halfway down the line.
Yeah, I think the rule is you can't be out of the batter's box whenever you make contact. If your momentum's already carrying you that way and you're quick, it's going to be tough.
And that's a tough for umpire to catch, too. There, struck her out. Big time by Lackey.
And that's the 4th strikeout, the first time through the order for Lackey. That'll bring it back to Audrey Reynolds now at the top of the order, the only one with a hit so far in this game for Wahama.
We got to interview this young lady at the Percy. She's got ice water in her veins, doesn't she, Chris? No nerves at all.
Yeah, I mean, just to be a sophomore in this spot, and she's just making it look like a routine March afternoon right now. That one pumped right down Broadway for a strike. And again, that's the big key here so far, too. She's getting ahead of almost every batter that she faces. So she's putting the pressure on Wahama immediately as that one's hit far out of play to the left.
When you get to that 0-2, 1-2 count, you've got so much stuff you can work with after that, right?
Absolutely. There's so many different scenarios you can bring in, different pitches, different looks. And now if you're the batter, you're just in complete defensive mode. Count 0-2. Lackey looking to shut them down in order again. This one's going to be lifted out of play to the left. He's almost got over to our tool shed over there, but that'll be 0-2. I say R like we own this, but I don't know. I feel like I've been in Tug Valley so much this year. I feel like this is where I'm registered to vote now.
You're part of the Naugatuck Nightmares, Chris.
I never knew how to drive around this area. Now I know it like the back of my hand after 1 year.
Panther Nation.
It is. It's awesome.
They love their sports here in Naugatuck, that's for sure.
Ooh, that one just barely clipped off the tail end of the bat there of Reynolds as she's fighting to stay alive here. Looked like Lackey tried to pull the string with a changeup there.
If you're tuning in, guys, hit that like and share button. Get these numbers up for these young ladies. Man, winner goes to state. You don't say that much around here in Mingo County in softball or baseball, do you?
Yeah, like you said, that this would be the first Mingo County team to make the state tournament in softball if Tug Valley can pull this off today. That one fouled off to the left by Reynolds, and again, what a tough way to get there if you're Tug Valley, having to go through a 3-time champion in this decade alone. But you get this opportunity on your home field here today, and it's been a tough wait with the weather.
Now, this is the leadoff batter. She's the only one that got a hit. She had an infield single first at bat, right?
Yes, sir.
Hit that ground ball to short and was able to beat it out.
Yeah, it was one of those that was perfectly done on everyone's side. Reynolds was too quick on the play. This time she's going to slap one to the right side of the infield. Hind with a clean catch and throw over to Fletcher for out number 3. So a 1-2-3 inning for Emma Lackey and company. We'll go to the bottom of the third with Tug Valley still in the lead, 1-0. You're watching the Class A Regional Championship game with us right here on the D&D Sports Network.
The future isn't just something you wait for. Are you ready to truly unlock your potential? Your journey begins at Southern West Virginia Community and Technical College. We offer affordable, high-demand programs designed to fit your life and lead directly to real-world success. You won't go it alone. Our dedicated faculty are here to guide you, providing the support you need. Start smart. Fall registration is happening now. Classes start on August 24th. Secure your spot today.
Hey, 15th Region fans, ready to take your next event to the next level? Make it unforgettable with Hurley's Jump Zone, your local source for inflatables, water slides, mechanical bulls, laser tag, foam parties, shaved ice, and professional event lighting. Planning a birthday, school event, church gathering, or team celebration? They've got everything you need to bring the fun. And don't forget, show your team spirit at home with custom lighting services that make your house shine on game night. Hurley's Jump Zone, where the party starts. Call today and let the fun begin.
Tonight's broadcast is brought to you by Bronze Bliss in Lenoir, West Virginia, your one-stop shop for tanning, loaded teas, and more. Conveniently located right across from Cheech's Restaurant on Route 65, Bronze Bliss is the perfect place to stop in, recharge, and look your best. Whether you're wanting that summer glow or a refreshing loaded tea to get you through the day, they've got you covered. Go see the friendly folks at Bronze Bliss in Lenoir and tell them D&D Sports sent you. And we know Bradley Dameron, he's over there getting his sparkle on every other day at Bronze Bliss.
You can tell that I am very bronze.
It's just that Corsican blood running through your veins. As this one hit high in the air and out of play to the left.
What a catch.
Oh, wow. Unbelievable job over on the left side. I thought that was clear of the fence and not giving up on the play and making that grab and foul ground for a big first out.
Big time catch.
That was on Katie Hall, the number 3 hitter in the lineup. So a tough inning for Banks here, dealing with the heart of the order, but she gets a big first out.
Now we got Lackey up to bat. She can help herself out here, Chris, with one swing of the bat.
And she had a strikeout her last time up in that bases loaded situation as this one fouled back into the screen. And she has been absolutely on her game on the mound through 3 innings of work so far. Banks, after a slow start and a tough start, able to battle back, and she started to get her game together now. So this has turned into an old-fashioned pitcher's duel in this regional championship.
Yeah, she worked out a big jam there with no outs and the bases loaded in the top of the first and just gave up 1 run. Big time for Wahama there.
And so you kind of wonder, will that be an inning that we come back to later on in this game one way or the other? Whether it's Wahama or Tug Valley that comes out of this unscathed, I think that moment will be huge either way. On a count 2-1 here to Lackey.
Good eye by there by Lackey.
Able to lay off that pitch, and now it runs to 3-1. Banks has only surrendered 1 walk here today, and that was to Bailey Hall last inning.
That's one thing she doesn't do much there, Chris, is walk people. I don't think she only had 1 yesterday.
And she got her with a change up, the pop up back to the mound, and a big time out right there for Banks. So again, Lackey had the green light on 3-1, understandably there. It was just a great change-up pitch. What a pitch selection, too, right there, guys, on 3-1.
You know, Lackey waited on it. She just missed it. That's a tough pitch to hit, isn't it? Yeah. You see 60 coming at you, and then all of a sudden you see 35 or something, and it looks like 60.
It is.
Crazy.
It was like, well, back up the middle on this one, off the glove of Banks, but right at Van Matre, and she'll throw over to retire Hind for the 3rd out of the inning. So a quick 1-2-3 inning for Banks, and it stays a 1-0 lead for Tug Valley as we go to the top of the 4th inning. Well, we'll keep things here and just want to remind everyone of our sponsor list here today. Want to thank all these people for helping us bring you the action from this regional championship game. Again, Western Auto, United Insurance Solutions, Hope and Faith Boutique, Little Flower Baked Goods, Bronze Bliss, City Auto Care, FSS Towing, Hurley's Jump Zone, and Bridgemart. Again, thank them for coming on for today's action here from Tug Valley, West Virginia. Also want to thank United Motorsports, Tug Valley Wellness Clinic, Quality Metal Roofing, PT12 Pizzeria and Barbecue, Three Guys Pizza and Brew, Williamson Pharmacy, Treasures Unlimited, Genmar Services, Logan Regional Medical Center, White Eye Care, Logan Bank and Trust, Trailhead Bar and Grill, Hidden Jewels Rentals, Panther Mart, George Swain, State Farm Insurance Agent, Southern West Virginia Community and Technical College, 304 Motorsports Park, the 1910 Restaurant in downtown Logan, Mountaineer Buildings, Backcountry ATV Rentals, Warfield Market, Tommy's Auto Sales, and Magnolia Fair coming your way June 10th through June 13th this summer. Again, we are here for this title game. Again, winner moves on to the Final 8 in the Class A state tournament next week. Again, the top half of this bracket, I believe, is going to be decided maybe on Monday.
Yeah, I think that's when they're going around to Monday.
Again, Man waiting in the championship game after upsetting Gilmer County.
It could possibly be Tuesday. If Man doesn't win, Gilmer's got to beat them again Tuesday. And they don't play doubleheaders on tournament action.
Yeah, so again, the weather hopefully is going to cooperate and allow all these games to get in. You know, baseball's coming right up the rear on it as well, as they'll be starting tournament play here soon too. So Wahama will send their 2, 3, and 4 hitters up this inning as Fiona Van Matre grounded out to short or second base her first time up.
Big cut.
Count 1-1. Yeah, you were talking about that changeup pitch at the end of the last half inning, and it really is like that in so many sports. Again, whenever the change of speed or the speed you're used to just isn't there, it's hard to kind of adjust. As this one fouled off, like in tennis, my kids would complain whenever the player just barely hit the ball back. There was no pace, no topspin to it. They were just popping the ball back in. And it's because they generate their own pace then.
Yeah.
And it's the same thing in softball or baseball. Again, whenever there's no pace coming your way, there's no energy to work off of, and you just got to generate all your own. So that's what makes slower pitchers sometimes more effective. But this one going to be ripped into left center field all the way to the wall, and digging for second is Van Montre with a leadoff double.
If you're Wahama, that's what you needed right there, a leadoff double to start the inning for the White Falcons.
And that's the first hit since the first batter of the game for Wahama. That'll bring up Eve Smith now. She was the first strikeout victim of Lackey back in the first inning. This is the first threat Lackey has faced since that top of the first inning with a runner at second, nobody out.
Strike.
Yeah, Smith tried to hold up on her swing that time. Wouldn't have mattered anyway. Count now 0-1 as Lackey gets ahead of this batter. Rocks and fires, but misses upstairs, 1-1. 5 strikeouts in the game for Lackey so far. No walks given up and only the 2 hits thus far. That one Smith was tardy on, but able to slap it foul over the first base side, 1-2.
And I got to talk to both coaches, 2 relatively young teams.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I know a big piece for Tug Valley is Hall. She's the lone senior, but mostly freshmen and sophomores on both teams, Chris.
Yeah, that was the amazing thing whenever you guys were talking about the rosters earlier. It's just so much talent on both sides, and yet both sides so young. Now 2-2 to Smith. You see Lackey slowing down a little bit now. And this at bat, again, knowing that the tying run standing out at second. This one chopped foul over towards third, and Smith stays alive. So again, Smith, who was so good at third base yesterday for Wahama in that shutout win. Climbs back in now, again, trying to deliver a hit that could tie this game. Lackey goes with the changeup, and Smith able to foul that off as well. Lackey takes the mask off here, trying to take a couple of deep breaths. As she deals with the heart of the order now in this lineup. 2-2. Once again fouled off by Smith. So now you start to wonder, has Wahama started to catch up to the timing of Lackey?
Yeah.
It does. It's starting to seem like they're timing her up maybe a little bit better. This second time through the lineup. Lackey trying to reassert some control of this inning. Here comes the 2-2 again. That one misses upstairs.
Tried to get her to chase the rise ball there, didn't you?
Yeah. And Smith, again, like you said, just a freshman to be this disciplined and this tough has made this an extraordinary battle. And this at bat trying to reach here and bring up the cleanup hitter Zerke next. This one hit back up the middle. Hall charges on it, up with it, in time to first, back over to third.
Got her!
Oh, just in under the tag as Katie Hall tried to get it around in time. But a good slide by Van Montre in order to avoid the tag.
It was close.
Yeah, it was definitely bang over there, but you could see just barely.
The tag was high.
Yeah, Van Montre was able to get around. It looked like she took a little bit of a deeper path to third base, knowing that a tag might be applied. Almost a huge double play, but now the tying run stands over at third base for Wahama.
Good eye by the umpire there. He found a big rock. He's getting it off the field. Wow.
Yeah, my goodness. Yeah, I was wondering what was coming out there to take a look at. But, yeah, you can see some of that dirt's just almost congealed together from the rain.
rock was almost big enough to be one of the bases.
Yeah, so I'm picking at the line over there, and I wasn't sure what it was he was trying to do, but yeah, he's got a better eye than any of us. So now Zerke, she lined out hard to left field her first time up. Back in the first inning, she'll take a ball outside 1-0. And I wouldn't be surprised to see her pitch Zerke very carefully right here.
Yeah.
I mean, you got a base open over at first. But she does come right back with a fastball, 1-1. She was able to get through 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 hitters without much issue the first time around. Again, it was the top 4 that really gave her a lot of guff so far in this game, as that one will miss outside. So 2 balls and 1 strike now. But you see, everything has stayed away right now from Zerke. If she's going to have to hit it, she wants her to hit it off the outer half of the plate. See if she can get a ground ball or a lazy pop-up out of her. Just fouled off once again, going to the outside, and it's 2-2.
Strikeout here would be big for Lackey.
Absolutely. She's got it all the way back to 2-2 now. So you feel like she's got maybe one quote-unquote throwaway pitch that she can try and get Zerke out on, or hope Zerke gets herself out on.
Maybe come with a rise ball here. Maybe so you can get her chase upstairs, right?
Yeah, I feel like that's what she's going to bring here, but instead will miss way off the plate. And now that does run the count full. Lead-off double this inning by Van Matre. Then a ground out by Smith. Move the runner over to third, and now a 3-2 to the cleanup hitter. Fouled off back into the screen. Again, Lackey getting. You can feel the temperature rising as well now after all that rain. Again, it's muggy.
Yeah.
So you can tell that a lot of perspiration and sweat and uncomfortableness starting to make its way onto the field now. Lackey takes a big handful of dirt here for another 3-2 pitch.
Ooh, just missed the corner, right?
Yeah, that was just off the plate. Great eye by Zerke. Good pitch by Lackey, but just outside and ball 4. So now first and third, and if you're Wahama, you want to put Zerke in motion right away here.
Oh, yeah, get 2 runners in scoring position, right?
Yeah, trying to eliminate the double play ball as much as possible. Banks, she struck out her first time up against Lackey. Takes a check swing, and Zerke does take off for second. So now a base hit could give Wahama the lead for the first time today. And Banks, who's been able to match Lackey nearly inning for inning so far, has the chance to do so as she misses on that. Here on the top of the 4th inning. What has been a tight affair throughout. Wahama trying to cash in for the first time. Right back to the mound. Lackey back to third and able to get back in sliding as Van Matre.
What a play by Lackey. Hot shot right back at her, Chris, and she's snagging it. Good job by the young lady. 2 down here. Can she work herself out of trouble here?
It'll be Marley Carr, who grounded out to second base. Stands as the last opposition in the inning, but yeah, that had a 2 RBI single written all over it if Lackey doesn't make that grab. Back at her again, and she'll get out of trouble.
Wow.
Here in the top of the 4th.
She is fired up, Chris.
That is a huge job by Lackey and company to keep this at a 1-0 lead as we head to the bottom of the 4th inning. We'll be back after this. You're watching the Girls Class A Regional Championship game on the D&D Sports Network.
If you was pushed out of the area because of loss of work in the coal industry, look no longer. Jim Marr is here for you. Jim Marr is now hiring for all positions in the coal field. Stop by their offices in Logan, West Virginia or in Wheeling, West Virginia and apply today.
5 times is a charm. Congratulations to the awesome team at Precision Heating, Cooling, Electrical for earning its 5th National Best of the Best Award for customer satisfaction, the only HVAC company in West Virginia to earn our award for 5 straight years. If you need heating, cooling, electrical work, a fantastic generator, residential or commercial, done right at a fair price by honest experts, remember the name, Precision Heating, Cooling, Electrical. Visit PreciseHeatingCooling.com for an appointment. Precision, the best of the best, again.
Back here at Tug Valley, West Virginia, again, you see the Wahama dugout right now. A little bit crestfallen after not being able to get across the tying or go-ahead run in the top of the 4th inning. They had 2nd and 3rd and 1 out. And 2 back-to-back great plays by Emma Lackey on the mound. Keeps Wahama off the scoreboard. And Banks now back on the rubber, trying to see if she can match her once again this inning, as it'll be the 6, 7, and 8 hitters for Tug Valley. Kaylee Steele, who flew out to center field her first time up. A little check swing and misses inside.
Ronnie Dale Hunt says Emma Lackey has ice water in her veins. Yes, she does.
So far, so good here tonight. Again, just absolutely huge moment there as Steele pops one towards short, gets by Van Montre into left field, and a leadoff single for Kaylee Steele.
If you're Tug Valley, that's what you want. Let's get the leadoff batter on to start the inning, Chris.
Yeah, this would be a great time to attack if you're Tug Valley. Again, after just having the big letdown last inning from Wahama, you know that there's a little bit of shrugged shoulders after that. Now would be a great time to see if you could pick up an insurance run or two. It'll bring up Briley Fletcher now. She struck out to end the 1st inning in a long at bat. That stranded the bases loaded for Tug Valley. She'll square to bunt this time, but fastball misses upstairs. So it looks like they may try and do some small ball again here, guys, which is what they did in the 1st inning when they got runners on.
Well, I mean, the way Lackey and this young lady here is pitching, 2 runs could be big.
Oh, yeah. I was thinking the same thing. Again, if you can scratch across another run, it starts to feel almost like a chasm trying to come back from it.
Yeah.
Count now 1-1. Fletcher climbs back in. Banks just been throwing complete gas here the first couple of pitches, trying to see if she can get maybe a pop out of this. That's going to catch the inside corner, 1-2.
Stacy Ellis says, get a rally going, girls. And then Jennifer Richardson says, how about them Naugatuck Nightmares, Chris?
So far, they've been able to hold up under the pressure. Now can they add on to their lead as that time change-up misses for one of the few times today from Banks.
That'd have been a good pitch to steal on, wouldn't it, if you knew it was coming?
Yeah, I was about to say, if you could pick the pitch, that'd definitely be the one you'd want to take off on. I'd still get thrown out by about 5 steps. But
oh, you and I both.
That one swung on and missed, or was it foul-tipped? And the home plate umpire does say foul ball. Very nonchalantly said foul ball.
Honestly, I didn't hear it hit no bat. It could have down there barely caught it, but I didn't. Did you?
Yeah, I'm like you. I didn't really hear it hit the bat.
But the direction of the ball had to change a little bit for the catcher to miss it that bad.
Yeah. I was going to say, was that or just complete miscommunication between Banks and Flowers? But now another 2-2 pitch. That one off the plate, and now the count full. Now trying to get the first 2 batters perhaps to reach this inning and see if the bottom of the order can help get this rally going for Tug Valley. Wow. That is ball 4, they say.
Tug Valley gets the first 2 aboard. And you got the 9-hitter, and you got Bailey Hall on deck with 2 young ladies on base, Chris.
It's only the 2nd walk given up today by Banks. Zoe Hensley, the number 8 hitter, comes to the plate. But yeah, I'm like you again. That should ensure that Bailey Hall is going to get an at-bat this inning with base runners on.
Guys, you're tuning in. Hit that like and share button. See if we can get it over 400 for these young ladies.
And I'd imagine if you're Tug Valley, you're going to see Hensley try and put down a bunt here. No, she'll take, and the ball got away, but holding up are both runners.
It might have been a thing here. Rocky said, let's let her throw a strike first, right?
Yeah.
Because, I mean, she threw 3 straight balls there at that last at bat.
That time she does pump one in for a strike. Yeah, that's location that's tough to beat right there. 1-1 the count. And she struck out Hensley to start the second inning. Just like the first inning, now Wahama desperately trying to find the first out with base runners on for Tug Valley. Swung on and chopped foul off of home plate. Counting out a 1-2. Yeah, if you're Banks, you're thinking strikeout right now.
Yeah.
So far here today, she's picked up 4. Trying to match Lackey with her 5th right here.
Good pitch.
That's just too good from Banks. What a changeup right there, looking for strike 3.
She's got one of the best changeups I've seen this year, and we've done a lot of softball games.
As I said, it's one thing to be able to throw it. It's another thing throwing it for strikes. And I'd say that's maybe the 7th or 8th changeup we've seen her throw today, and I think 6 of the 8 have been strikes.
Well, I was wrong, Chris. Bailey's on deck.
Yeah, I was going to say she's waiting on deck now as Workman slaps that one out of play, foul. And really, it's hard to bunt here because if you bunt and you get an out, obviously they're just going to walk haul.
Yeah.
Which, honestly, I wouldn't be surprised to see them even intentionally walk her if this out occurs one way or the other. So just swing and a miss, 0-2. I think the only way that you'll see her really go after Bailey Hall in this spot is if Tug Valley loads the bases. Workman climbs back in here, count 0-2. Ooh, just low. Yeah, it was right down the middle, but just a little low below the knees. Banks rolls through the signs with the dugout. Now goes to a wrist sheet here on another 1-2 pitch. That one right down the pipe and freezes Workman for strike 3.
Well, you got Hall coming up with runners on first and second. Do they put her on and load the bases? I don't think so. I think you pitched to her, right?
Yeah, the logic would seem to pitch to her, but you've seen teams just so hesitant to pitch to her in this tournament.
Yeah, I don't think you intentionally walk her, but I don't think you give her nothing to hit, do you?
Yeah, it's one of those, if she's going to get on, she'll get on with a walk. If she gets out, hopefully she'll get herself out if you're Wahama. She's been hit by a pitch and walked in her 2 plate appearances today. That one misses just low. And that's the danger of coming inside, though, against Hall, because if you don't hit that location and it's right over the plate, then you can basically kiss it goodbye. This one hit hard to third, but right at Smith, and she'll make the grab for out number 3. So both teams threaten in the 4th inning, but neither get a run across. And we head to the top of the 5th, still with Tug Valley leading at 1-0. We'll be back after this. You're watching the Girls Class A Regional Championship here on the D&D Sports Network. Tonight's game is brought to you by the Magnolia Fair in Matewan, West Virginia, coming June 10th through June 13th. Get ready for 4 big days of family fun with carnival rides, amazing fair food, live wrestling, talent shows, games, entertainment, and so much more right in the heart of Matewan. Bring the whole family out and experience one of the biggest summer events in the mountains. The Magnolia Fair, June 10th through June 13th in Matewan, West Virginia.
I'll tell you what, Lackey's getting stronger. That had some smoke behind that one, Chris.
Again, last inning, you saw her a little bit tentative with Wahama threatening, and now she comes back out here this inning. Like you said, she's just turned it loose on the first couple pitches. That one trying to get down a bunt was Flowers, but fouls it off, and it's 1-2. Flowers struck out to end the second inning earlier today. Wahama at the moment down to their last 9 outs. They need to find a way to try and scratch across a run against Lackey. That one just outside, 2-2. Lackey asking the home plate umpire about the location. Seemed satisfied with the answer she got. Now the count 2-2. Flowers able to stay alive. Here today, Lackey has only given up 2 hits in this game. That goes along with her 5 strikeouts as well, and only given up 2 walks. Swing and a miss, strike 3.
Big time pitch there by Lackey.
Yeah, that was much needed to get this inning started after Wahama threatened at the start of last inning. It'll be the number 8 hitter now, Mary Brinker. She grounded out to third to start the third inning. That one right down Broadway, 0-1. So again, this bottom half of the order she's been very successful with. The top half has been the only part that's given Lackey a little bit of trouble so far, but now Brinker changes that as she rips one into left field. So 1 out single, and now the White Falcons with some life here in the top of the 5th. Brinker was just able to square that bat up and got around on it perfectly.
You got to watch this young lady here. She's a slap hitter, and she has afterburners, Chris.
And we saw Nance, we thought she got one down there last at bat, but it went off of her and just foul. And then she was struck out shortly after that by Lackey. She does get it down this time, back to Lackey, and she does honestly the smart thing, I think,
Just
right
go
there.
to first, get the out, right?
Yeah, don't gamble. Go ahead and get the shore out, and that is 2 retired now. Again, because you see some indecision sometimes in those spots, and you end up with everybody safe. And now you see Tug Valley coming out here contesting whether or not Nance had left the batter's box before she made contact.
Well, that'll put the runner back at first if they deem that, right?
Yeah, that would have been the case, and it's a good argument by Tug Valley because it would, like you said, bring the runner back to first base and not give Reynolds an automatic RBI opportunity, but the home plate umpire says everything was legal and good. So the tying run now stands out at second base for Wahama, and Audrey Reynolds has one of the 3 hits today for Wahama. This one back up the middle. It's going to get through into center. Rounding third and coming to the dish. And we're all tied at 1 apiece here in the top of the 5th.
Big time at bat there by Wahama to get that run in.
Reynolds just turned on that first pitch and busted it right back up the gut. And that'll bring a visit to the mound now here with 2 outs in the top of the 5th inning.
And as Coach May would say, this is a major mound visit with the coach out there.
I love that Coach May had layers to it. Whenever he was going over it the other night, I was like, he's really thought about this.
Yeah, he's put some thought into it. That's just how he gets himself mind into the game, right?
I'll tell you what, with Coach May, you don't know which direction the broadcast is going to go, but it's always fun.
Yeah, always enjoy it with him, right?
Oh, he does. He keeps you on your toes. That, and if you don't have a headset, he's just going to insult the life out of you if you're not careful.
Yeah, he gets me pretty good there. Can't defend yourself.
Now they'll keep Lackey on the hill here.
I get him back on the golf course, though, Chris.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I know he's probably tuned
Oh,
in.
you know he's freaking out now if that's the case. He's going to call in. So it'll be Fiona Van Matre, who had a doubler last at bat. Runner takes off for second, and second stolen base of the day for Audrey Reynolds.
I know we've talked about it a lot, but they have tremendous speed on this Wahama team.
Yeah, Reynolds, it was no doubt as soon as that first pitch got across, she was taking off. And it wasn't a bad throw at all by Bolliard. Just shows how quick Reynolds is. So a base hit now would all but give Wahama the lead. That one will miss low. 1-1 the count. Van Matre popped out to second and doubled in her 2 plate appearances today. Tried to check swing, but a great inside pitch there from Lackey. And that's called strike 2.
Caught the corner.
Now Lackey 1 strike away from getting out of this 5th inning with only 1 run crossing. Keep this a tie ball game. Swung on and just fouled over to the right side. And Wahama's done such a good job of that today, too, guys. They've on 2 strike pitches, they've done a great job of staying alive, forcing Lackey to use extra pitches, have to really strain in order to get these outs. Van Matre, the number 2 hitter in this lineup, trying to give Wahama the lead with a hit. Rise ball, nothing there, and that'll even it up at 2-2.
These softball chants never stop, do they?
I told you, they've got way more energy than I have. Getting out of the house some days is too much. Is this one over towards first? Little knuckleball roller could be close. No, they didn't get the foot on the bag. And now the runner comes to the plate, and Wahama has the lead.
Wow.
As that will give the White Falcons their first lead of the game, as Reynolds never stopped on the play. And Tug Valley upset along the far side. But I'm going to tell you guys, they didn't get their foot on the bag.
She didn't hurt. No, she was safe. I watched it from here. I know Tug Valley's upset with the call, but she was looking for the bag and couldn't find it as the girl stepped on it. It was a good call. It really was a good call.
Yes, like I said, it was bang, bang, but that umpire at first base, he was right on top of it.
Yeah, he was right, man. The young lady was looking for the bases she was trying to tag, and that she'd already crossed. Yeah. You know?
Yes, it would have been close either way.
Yeah.
But they might have had it if she had the foot on the bag, but I'm like you, they were trying to scramble to get there.
Yeah. It was just the way the ball was placed there, it was tough for anybody to get to in the speed, right?
Yeah, because Fletcher did all she could to try and keep that ball from spinning out of control on her. Did a good job getting it up and flipping it over. But even better job by Van Matre not slowing down, and then Reynolds just continuing to bust it all the way around. Now back up the middle, and that one will get through for Eve Smith. Runner heads to third, and now runners at the corners for Wahama here with 2 out in the top of the 5th.
This has been a 2-out rally by the White Falcons.
And now the batter will be Rayleigh Zirkle. And as we said, this top half of the order has just been tough for Lackey today. And you get back to the top of the order, guys, again, RBI single, single in the first 3 batters. As they've collected 5 of the 6 hits here today for the White Falcons here in the top 4 of the order. Zirkle lined out to left and walked. Her first 2 plate appearances, took a huge rip at that one and fouled it off. Count 0-1 with a runner at first and third now for Wahama, trying to add on to this lead. They've plated 2 this inning so far. Lackey misses outside. Good stop right there by Bolliard. Keep that from getting by and perhaps surrendering a run, but the runner does move up to second. So now base hit could perhaps score 2 here. Count 1-1 to Zirkle. Oh, and that one caught her right in the shoulder. Again, that one was
hard, yeah.
Yeah, you could just hear it thud off of her. Again, circled down, trying to get herself back together after that as you hear the place go silent. But yeah, it looked like it got her in the shoulder that time whenever it came in, and that's a tough part to get hit on.
She's taking some deep breaths now. I think she's okay, but yeah, man, that was tough.
Yeah, it's one of those. It's more just the initial hit more than anything and the surprise of it. So it looks like she's just trying to get her bearings back right now as she's talking down on the field. And this gives a fist bump, so she appears like she's starting to come out of it here a little bit. But yeah, you get hit like that with the way Lackey throws in the shoulder blade. That's not gonna feel too good.
I never heard a place go so quiet so fast.
Yeah, that's why I was almost scared to talk. I was like, I'm afraid everybody's going to hear me. He said it was about as loud as it's been, at least on the Wahama side, right before that pitch.
Yeah.
But now it could get even louder after this at bat again. Gracie Banks comes up 0 for 2 today, struck out and lined out back to Lackey her last time up. But she has an opportunity to really put Tug Valley in a tough spot with a hit here.
Glad the young lady's okay, though, man. That was a tough hit, and Lackey throws hard.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't want to get hit with that beach ball from Emma Lackey at 90 miles an hour. I definitely have better things to do with my day. This and a slow chopper towards second. Going to be a tough play. Hind over to first and in time for out number 3. So Wahama plates 2, but they leave the bases loaded. But they have the lead for the first time here this afternoon at 2-1 as we go to the bottom of the 5th inning. As we'd like to run through our sponsor list with you here. Once again, just thank you for helping us bring you the action here from Tug Valley, West Virginia. Again, Western Auto, United Insurance Solutions, Hope and Faith Boutique, Little Flower Baked Goods, Bronze Bliss, City Auto Care, FSS Towing, Hurley's Jump Zone, and Bridge Mart, again, all being part of our sponsors for today, helping us bring you the action. Also want to thank our other sponsors who helped us bring you Tug Valley softball and baseball this season. United Motorsports, Tug Valley Wellness Clinic, Three Guys Pizza and Brew, Williamson Pharmacy, Treasures Unlimited, Genmar Services, Quality Metal Roofing, PT12 Pizzeria and Barbecue, Logan Regional Medical Center, White Eye Care, Logan Bank and Trust, Trailhead Bar and Grill, Hidden Jewels Rentals, Panther Mart, George Swain, State Farm Agent, Southern West Virginia Community and Technical College, 304 Motorsports Park, the 1910 Restaurant in downtown Logan, Mountaineer Buildings, Backcountry ATV Rentals, Warfield Market, Tommy's Auto Sales, and the Magnolia Fair coming your way June 10th through June 13th.
I tell you what, we get a good look in Tug Valley's dugout here, Chris, and they are fired up, man. They're trying to get back in this thing.
I tell you, they had a good little meeting at the end of that half inning right outside the dugout trying to get themselves re-energized.
Well, you got 2, 3, 4 up right now for Tug Valley. This is where you need to get on, right?
Absolutely. Again, this is where they've made some hay here tonight as well as Bolyard, who has singled and grounded out the shortstop in her 2 plate appearances today, takes a strike, 0-1. Again, you'll have Bolyard, Katie Hall, and Emma Lackey all coming up this inning for Tug Valley. Banks rocks and fires that one, gets away from her, misses outside, 1-1. You start to see a little bit of control issues from both pitchers as this game's getting later now, but I think a lot of that has to do with the fact that each at-bat's been difficult on these pitchers. Again, you've got great at-bats from the top of the lineup to the bottom of the lineup, and even when some of them have ended in strikeouts, hardly any at-bat has ended quickly.
I also feel like the weather conditions have changed a bit. It's a bit muggier now than it was at the beginning, a bit more moisture in the air.
Yeah, absolutely, Bradley. Like I said, we're starting to fill it up here a little bit too, so I can imagine what it's like down on the field. That'll miss upstairs, and now 3-1 the count. Now it's Tug Valley down to possibly their last 9 outs. Can they rally back just as Wahama did in the top half of the inning?
Good.
That'll be ball 4. And you haven't seen a lot of those surrendered by Banks today. That's only the 3rd walk of the afternoon she's given up.
Big bat here for Tug Valley coming up, too. Katie Hall has got some power. I think 6 or 7 home runs on the year.
Yeah, 6 overall for her. And here so far today, reached on a bunt that she was able to beat out for a single, and then flew out into foul ground along the left field side her last time up. Banks misses upstairs, 1-0. Now climbing back in here as Banks trying to get her control back, but misses inside, 2-0.
If I'm Tug Valley here and I'm Katie, I'm making her throw me a strike.
Yeah, I was thinking that too. I'd absolutely make her come up with a strike right now. Because, again, Banks just a sophomore on the ground, and in a huge moment here just as Lackey is. She goes right to the bread and butter there with that off-speed pitch and gets it in for a strike.
Yeah, caught the outside corner.
2-1 the count now. Again, winner moves on to the state tournament in Charleston. Loser season is over. Both these teams with 1 win and 1 loss against each other in their 2 matchups thus far. This one hit hard back up the middle, fielded by Van Matre on to second for 1. Over to first, double play. What a play by Van Matre.
Wow.
And a huge double play to wipe the bases clean. That'll bring up Emma Lackey now, who's 0 for 2, struck out and popped out back to the pitcher.
Big time play by the shortstop, right, Bradley?
Yeah, Wahama's defense, like their fielding, it continues to be a big factor in this series.
That's what I said. And nothing else at this stage of the game. You need your defense worse than anything if you're a pitcher. Banks' defense helps her out immensely, and that was a great dig by Zirkle over at first base as well. And Montre threw it on a bounce over perfectly, and it was a good stretch by Zirkle in order to get Hall out, as that one will skip in and miss at 1-0.
You don't see very many double plays turned in softball, do you?
Oh, it's incredibly difficult in softball with how shorter the dimensions are. So Van Matre had to do everything perfect, and she did, as this one popped up on the infield. Calling for it is Flowers, and she'll make the grab for out number 3. So despite the leadoff walk, nothing doing for Tug Valley. We'll go to the top of the 6th. 2-1, Wahama leads it. You're watching the Girls Regional Championship game with us right here on the D&D Sports Network.
Come on down to Three Guys Pizza and Brew in Williamson, West Virginia. We're located on the corner of Harvey Street and 3rd Avenue. We got great deals on pizzas, sandwiches, and more. You get great service with great pricing. Enjoy your birthday or ball games with us here at Three Guys Pizza and Brew. Look forward to seeing you.
Come see us at Trailhead Bar and Grill in Maitland, West Virginia, where the locals come to hang out and the trail riders come to visit.
Follow us on Facebook page for our daily specials. We're open 7 days a week here at Trailhead Bar and Grill.
You can give them a call at 681-308-6088. Make sure you follow them on their Facebook page to keep up with all their daily specials and for business and operation hours. Trailhead Bar and Grill, located downtown Maitland, West Virginia.
Tonight's game being brought to you by Bridge Mart in Kermit, West Virginia, conveniently located right on the Mingo County and Martin County line. Whether you're looking for cold drinks, great deals, or adult beverages, snacks, everyday essentials, or grab-and-go convenience, Bridge Mart has you covered. Fast, friendly service, and everything you need all in one stop. Swing by Bridge Mart in Kermit today and tell them D&D Sports sent you.
Randy Payton says, thinks the kid from Wahama's name is pronounced Van Meter. even though not spelled that way. I thought we called her that, didn't we? Call her Van Meter?
I was told Van Matre then. So if it's the other way, that's fine too. Yeah, I go by what I'm told. And,
yeah.
You know, it's not always the best thing to tell me anything. This Carr grounded out shortstop to start this inning, and now swing and a miss to Abby Flowers. As Flowers struck out in both of her plate appearances today. And the number 7 hitter in this lineup tried to square and bunt, but can't get it down 1-2. Lackey would love a quick inning here to try and get Tug Valley back up at the plate, but they can't really afford to fall further behind, and Lackey with a big-time strikeout there.
Rockin' fire. Great pitch by Lackey.
That'll bring up Mary Brinker now, who's 1 for 2, grounded out to third and singled into left field. Again, that hit last inning proved pivotal with 1 out. Again, that got the rally going for Wahama. Again, it was 2 outs and a runner at first, and then 3 straight singles helped give Wahama the lead.
That is the way our name's pronounced, Chris. There's a couple people in here tuning it out. Thank you for letting us know, Randy Payton. He said just trying to help. We appreciate it.
Oh, you're good. You're good. I would much rather know. So,
yeah,
Van Meter, I apologize.
That's why we're an interactive broadcast, right?
Absolutely. Yeah, that's what I said. You know, we're not ESPN, but we try and do our best. So, yeah, anytime there's a mispronunciation, something like that, please let us know. And I said, sometimes other people make mistakes, and we do too with it, but I appreciate all the help out there, so trust me, we want to get it as right as we possibly can. That one's going to miss from Brinker, 2-1. Lackey trying to find a 1-2-3 inning here for the first time since, I believe, the 3rd inning. That fastball in for a strike. Bolyard couldn't quite squeeze it, but nevertheless, strike anyhow. So count now 2-2. Lackey trying to keep this at a 1-run deficit. Swing and a miss, strike 3, and a strong inning from Emma Lackey as she retires. Wahama in order, and we head to the bottom of the 6th inning with Wahama leading it 2-1. You're watching the Class A Girls Regional Championship game with us right here on the D&D Sports Network. Today's broadcast is brought to you by 304 Motorsports Park, again in Del Barton, West Virginia, located right off US 119. The Kirk family and everyone at 304 Motorsports Park are working hard to bring everyone more fun, entertainment, and excitement to the coalfields with one of the most unique racing experiences anywhere in the country. From the beautiful mountaintop drag strip to the unbelievable views surrounding the track, there's simply no place like 304 Motorsports Park. Most importantly, the Kirk family continues to support mountain athletes and communities across southern West Virginia and eastern Kentucky. Make plans to visit 304 Motorsports Park and experience it for yourself. Chris Kidd, Kevin Jones, Darryl McCoy, Bradley Dameron, Jackson Estridge here for this regional championship. This one chopped towards short, fielded by Van Meter over to first, and in time to Zirkle for out number 1. So Gracie Hine, the first batter retired here in the bottom of the 6th inning. And that'll bring up Kaylee Steele now.
Young lady's heck of a shortstop, isn't she?
Yeah, she has just been solid throughout this entire tournament. Smooth, too. I mean, she just looks very eloquent in everything that she does out on the field. And that double play she turned last inning could be possibly the biggest play of the game so far. Steele was 1 for 2. She flew out to center field and singled to left fielder last time up. But if you're Tug Valley, you just want to try and get some production here out of the bottom of your order and see if you can give the top of the order a chance in the 7th inning if they can't get anything done here.
Tug Valley, you want base runners right now, right?
Yes, absolutely. You want to get a base runner however you can get it. This one hit back up the middle, and a great glove stop by Banks as she'll fire on to first in time for the 2nd out of the inning. So 2 quick ground outs start the bottom of the 6th, and that'll bring up Briley Fletcher. She's 0 for 1 tonight with a strikeout and a walk in her 2 plate appearances. Banks has pushed Wahama within 4 outs of the state tournament now. That one misses high, 1-0. And again, you go back to that first inning for Tug Valley. They had bases loaded and nobody out. And Banks was able to hold them to just 1 run in that situation. And it gave Wahama an opportunity with her pitching throughout this game to come back and plate those 2 runs in the top of the 5th inning. She falls behind 2-0 again to a batter. Banks trying to battle back here. That one's going to miss 3-0. Well, now I think you're taking 2 pitches here,
It's
guys.
take all the way, right?
Yeah, I think you're taking 2 pitches here. Nothing against Fletcher's ability to come up with a hit, but you just need a base runner right now. And they're going to get it. That's big right there for Tug Valley. And so now, if they don't get anything done this inning, you're looking at the 9, 1, and 2 hitters in the bottom of the 7th inning.
Yeah, if you can get one more at bat, you could lead off with the top of the order in the bottom of the 7th, right?
Absolutely. So that's why that one right there, that is big. And now
I think we got a pitch hitter up for Tug Valley, number 4.
Yeah, Michaela Bryant is going to bat in place of Zoe Hensley. And again, Hensley and Workman have had their difficulty at the plate today. They're combined 0 for 4 with 4 strikeouts. So Tug Valley just trying to get a different look up here now. And you never know where heroes get born at. Maybe this is that opportunity for Michaela Bryant now in Tug Valley. Again, only 11 players on the roster, and Bryant, one of the 2 now coming in off the bench here in this pivotal moment. This one hit hard between 3rd and short, but Van Meter there again, over to first in time for out number 3. And once again, Tug Valley kept off the scoreboard as we go to the 7th inning. A state tournament berth is on the line. You are watching the regional championships with us right here on the D&D Sports Network.
At Logan Regional Medical Center, our comprehensive inpatient rehabilitation program helps get you back to living life. With an 8-bed unit for patients 18 and over, our caring team of doctors, nurses, and rehabilitation specialists work with you, providing a full line of services to help you restore your capabilities and get you back home and back to living. Logan Regional Medical Center, providing inpatient rehabilitation close to home.
Getting ready for sports means protecting those eyes. Up to 90% of sport-related eye injuries can be prevented with proper eye protection. White Eye Care knows this and is committed to providing the best protective sportswear for your child's eyes. As a proud sponsor of our community sports programs, we want to see our kids protected, from the little ones up to the big leagues. Our huge selection of eyewear makes finding that perfect pair easy. So win big this season. Call White Eye Care in Logan for an appointment today.
Welcome back, everyone. Here, top of the 7th inning we go here in this Class A Regional Championship, as tonight's broadcast is brought to you by Little Flower Baked Goods and Catering, serving up homemade goodness one bite at a time. From delicious baked treats to catering for your special events, Little Flower takes pride in bringing fresh quality food and desserts to the community. Whether you're craving something sweet or planning your next gathering, they've got you covered. Support local and treat yourself with Little Flower Baked Goods and Catering, and tell them D&D Sports sent you. We are here now for the top of the 7th inning.
0-2 count, right?
Yeah, 0-2.
Well, home plate umpire, I guess he was explaining some of the dugout. Someone told him he was pitiful, and he said, I know. Yeah, honestly, if you're an umpire, you definitely have some thick skin, or you kind of have to. And now he's going out to check with Lackey again. I'm not sure what the issue might be here.
I don't either. I don't know what it could be, right?
It looks like he's making like a motion where she's slapping her glove in the ball, perhaps. I don't know if there's some speculation that there's any funny business going on.
No.
But, yeah, I'm not sure if – yeah, it looks like maybe it was an issue with where her feet are on the rubber as well, because she kind of gave a look like, is that okay? After she looked in after that one, as this one popped up, and Bolliard just couldn't find it, unfortunately, as it gets beyond her reach. Izzy Nance at the plate here. She struck out and grounded out her 2 times up. But just like Tug Valley, Wahama has their 9-1-2 hitters up this inning. That will be fouled out of play by Nance. Like we said, Tug Valley can't afford to give up really any more runs from what we've seen so far here today, and this is a big out right here if she can get it, because she goes back to that top of the order that's given her so much difficulty today. That'll miss outside 2-2. Again, stay with us at the conclusion of the game. We'll have our Tug Valley Wellness Clinic Player of the Game interview with you up here in the press box as well. It's going to be hard to find one in particular player that stood out. Everybody's played so well, and now Nance with a little slap hit up the right side, as trying to come up with it was Hine, but even if she would have, I don't know if she had a play.
No, like we talked earlier, this young lady has afterburners.
So that is a crucial leadoff single now for Wahama. So it'll bring up Audrey Reynolds. She's got 2 hits today, an infield single and an RBI single. Her RBI single tied the game back in the 5th inning, and now you're going to get a pitching change here for Tug Valley, as they're going to bring Bailey Hall on to take over on the rubber here after 6 really good innings from Lackey today.
Yeah, she pitched well.
Again, we'd like to thank one of our sponsors here tonight, again being brought to you this game by PT12 Pizzeria and Barbecue in Gilbert, West Virginia. If you're craving great pizza, mouth-watering barbecue, and food made the right way, PT12 has you covered. From fresh pizzas to smoked barbecue favorites, there's something on the menu for everybody. Stop by and see why folks all across the coalfields are talking about PT12 Pizzeria and Barbecue. Call in your order today at 304-664-3205 or 304-664-5050, and tell them D&D Sports sent you. And I tell you what, I think I know where I'm eating after the game now.
PT12?
Oh yeah, I've been there one time after I was golfing. It was
good.
great. It was really good.
Where's that, over in the Gilbert area?
Yeah, it's like I said, just right off the road there. And you know, I went in and I ordered about 3 or 4 different things off the menu, and there wasn't any complaint out of me after it was all gone.
I heard that.
Now it's back to the top of the order for Wahama, as the batter will be Audrey Reynolds. As we said, she's got 2 hits today, had the tying hit in the 5th inning with that RBI single up the middle. And Wahama looking to perhaps crush Tug Valley's hopes here in the top of the 7th, as taking off is Nance, and she'll get in safely. That's such a tough combo right there in your 9-1 hitters with Nance and and Reynolds, the speed they both have. We've seen Reynolds steal 2 bases straight up today, and now Nance gets her first opportunity, and she does the same. Now Hall on the rubber in what she hopes is not her last game. Here today, the lone senior on this Tug Valley roster. And they go to her in this pivotal moment, knowing how badly they need to keep Wahama off the scoreboard here in the top of the 7th. That one's going to miss as well. So it
brings it 3-0, right?
3-0 count now to Reynolds. You've got Fiona Van Meter on deck. That went in for a strike, 3-1. And Van Meter, she's got a pair of hits today, including the go-ahead hit in the 5th inning. This one hit hard into center field, backing up over the head of the center fielder Steele and against the wall. That's going to bring 1 run around, and Wahama has their insurance run, and they lead it 3-1.
That was probably about 2 foot from going over, wasn't it?
That ball was absolutely smoked off the bat of Reynolds. And again, Steele did all she could to try and get back for that ball, but it was just on a straight line out into center. And now that brings up Fiona Van Meter. And she popped out to second, doubled in the 3rd, then had the RBI single in the 5th. And honestly, with 1 run right there, it feels really tough now. Another run comes across, it feels like the dam's broken open.
Yeah, the way this game's been played, right?
This one's going to be chopped foul, 0-2 now to Van Meter.
And this top part of the lineup for Wahama has been trouble for Tug Valley the whole tournament, right?
Yeah, and they've been sensational today. I mean, you look at the top half of this order, even the first 3 batters have gotten 6 of their hits, make it 7 of their hits as this one drilled into center field, coming around third to the plate, no chance to try and throw Reynolds out, and it's now 4-1 in favor of the White Falcons. Again, this top of the order just continues to rake here this week. Again, 3rd hit of the game for Reynolds, 3rd hit of the game for Van Meter. And now it'll bring up Eve Smith. Well, Hall will exit now as they'll give the ball over to Katie Hall.
No, it's Lackey's coming back now.
Okay, Lackey's actually checking back in here. So Lackey took a couple batters off there. Hall couldn't retire either one that she faced. And now Smith, who's 1 for 3, struck out, grounded out to short, and singled to right fielder last time up. This one hammered into left field. That one's going to get all the way to the wall. Rounding second, heading for third. She's got the windmill on. Coming to the plate is Van Meter, and it's now 5-1 Wahama. Well, Wahama has just absolutely turned on the afterburners here in the top of this 7th inning, as they have brought up 4 batters so far this inning, all 4 with hits.
Yes. They have awoken, haven't they, the White Falcons bats?
They definitely have. Again, Lackey did all she could in the first 6 innings to keep Tug Valley close and in the lead for the most part, but this Wahama lineup now has just started to explode here in the latter half of this game. Zirkle will foul it back into the screen. She lined out to left, walked, and then was hitting the shoulder last time up with a pitch. Again, and that might have hit Zirkle again. It sounded like it caught her finger.
Yeah.
And now the home plate umpire complies and says so as well, and that'll be the 2nd time in a row Zirkle's been hit. And again, you just kind of feel the wheels coming off here for the Lady Panthers, unfortunately, here in this top of the 7th. But it's so hard to stay composed in moments like this. I mean, you can just feel the season starting to slip away, and it's tough to just stay focused in those moments right now. So it's totally understandable. Like I said, I've been there. We've all been there. But now they see themselves trailing at 5-1. Nobody out. Still here in the top of the 7th. And runners at first and second as Gracie Banks comes to the plate. This one hit high in the air to shallow right, sinking fast, and can't come up with it, and right is Workman, and everyone will be safe. Man, she had a long run that time, and Workman almost able to come up with a basket catch.
Yeah.
But instead it'll be bases loaded now.
Still no outs here, right? In the bottom of, or top of the 7th?
Yep. Again, that's 6 batters that have come to the plate this inning. None of them have been retired. Now it looks like there may be a pinch hitter here. No, actually it will be Marley Carr. She will bat. It looks like we had a courtesy runner, over at first base. So it may be Isabella Russell that's just checked in over there. So now at the plate, Marley Carr. She's 0 for 3 today with 3 ground outs. She's put the ball in play each time, just hasn't been able to come up with a hit. But if she puts anything in play here, could very likely be another run for Wahama. Tug Valley's defense playing in on the infield right now, trying to take away any run at the plate. Let's count now 0-2.
I don't think Tug Valley's out of it. I've seen stranger things happen. They was down 5-0 there not in one inning, come tied it up. So
absolutely,
don't count the Panthers out yet, right?
And they did it against Banks too.
Yeah.
And here comes the 0-2. Tried to come up with a changeup, but that'll miss outside. But yeah, the key right now is you just got to try and get out of this inning without anything further happening. But bases are loaded and nobody out, and already 3 runs are in. This one hit hard out at second, caught over to first, and a double play. That
works, don't it?
That was exactly what the doctor ordered right there. As we see both teams turn a double play now today. Great job by Hind. He caught that on the run and then took it quickly over to Fletcher for the force out at first. So now that helps change things a little this inning as Abby Flowers, she struck out in all 3 of her plate appearances today, stands in. Lackey's been able to retire her, albeit they've been tough at bats. So it's 1-0 here with runners at second and third. Wahama trying to add on more to this lead. That one will miss and get away. Runner got about a third of the way home and elected to turn back with Smith. So that'll make the count 2-0 now. Mary Brinker on deck, hoping she can get an opportunity this inning as well. They've sent now the 8th batter of the inning to the plate as Flowers chops this one foul at the first base side. Again, 8 batters and 4 straight hits to start this inning. They've plated 3 runs. And again, still a chance to do more damage here for the White Falcons. This one ripped into right field, and that one will get down. 1 run is in. Here comes another to the plate, and it is now 7-1 in favor of Wahama. Flowers delivers probably the soul-crushing blow into right field for Tug Valley. And Wahama has scored 5 here in the top of the 7th to break this game open.
Big time batting here by the White Falcons this inning.
Absolutely. Again,
putting a bat on the ball, Chris.
This is what you would call state champion pedigree right here. And again, it's just unloaded on Tug Valley this inning as that one throw down to second and able to get her. Bolyard, strong throw. And that will retire Wahama here in the top of the 7th, but they score 5 more runs. Tug Valley needs 6 to keep their season alive. We'll be back after this. You're watching the Class A Girls Regional Championship on the D&D Sports Network. Tonight's broadcast is brought to you by Quality Metal Roofing in Lenoir, West Virginia. When it comes to protecting your home or business, trust the team that delivers quality work you can count on. From metal roofing to dependable craftsmanship and hometown service, Quality Metal Roofing gets the job done right the first time. If you're needing a new roof or repairs, give Quality Metal Roofing in Lenoir a call today and let them take care of you. And as always, tell them D&D Sports sent you. Now Wahama just 3 outs away from a return trip to the state tournament as Banks, who has been outstanding since the first inning of this game, comes back out for another inning of work. She'll face the 9-1-2 hitters as Peyton Workman gets head 3-0 in this count. Now that one in for a strike, 3-1. Again, it was 5 runs in the top half of this 7th inning that have totally changed the complexion of this game. This is the 9-1-2 hitters this inning for the Panthers.
Good pitch.
That one right at the knees for a strike. Workman back in here. Again, she struck out in both of her plate appearances today. And it'll be a third time as Banks fights all the way back to strike out the first batter of the inning. That'll bring it up Bailey Hall. Again, we've talked about the extraordinary career that she's had here at Tug Valley. It's going to continue in college.
Yeah, she's going to West Virginia State.
And unfortunately, it doesn't look as if her last season will end in Charleston at the moment, unless Tug Valley can pull off an incredible comeback here. She tried to start her off with a changeup that time, but it got away from her for one of the first times today.
Call that a teardrop.
You know, an Ephus pitch almost.
Yeah.
Hall, she was hit by a pitch, walked and lined out today. This one popped in the air to shallow right. Coming on and making the grab is Nance, and there's 2 away now here in the 7th.
The White Falcons 1 out away of going back to the state tournament where they've dominated. Won 3 in a row, was it 20, 21, 22?
Yeah, I believe so, yeah.
21, 22, 23.
21, 22, and 23, wow.
Yeah, it's like I said, I was there on the call of those state championships for Wahama. So if this voice sounds familiar, it's because I was there during those times announcing that, and they were classy group, classy school, a lot of great fans, and they look like they're on their way back to Charleston to try and compete for a 4th state championship this decade. That's Bolyard, perhaps the last opposition here tonight for Tug Valley at the plate. She's 1 for 2. Had a single, a ground out, and walked her last time up. This could do it. A little chopper towards second, fielded cleanly by Carr, and that will do it. Wahama takes one of the regional spots and will move on to the state tournament in Charleston next week, as you do see some conversation with the Tug Valley coaches and the umpires. But to no avail after the contest, as Wahama will win it here tonight 7-1 and move on to the state tournament next week. So we're going to step aside for a quick break. We'll be back with our Tug Valley Wellness Clinic Player of the Game right after this, as you're watching the regional championships here on the D&D Sports Network. Yeah.
Guys, I'll be honest with you, it might be tough to get her because they're going to have the trophy presentation and all that.
Yeah, we like that Kermit and stuff. We always just wait till after the trophies.
Okay.
What's that?
Okay. That's her stats for the game.
Okay, so I had that. Right, I think. Okay.
I'll move back so we can get her in here.
You're fine. They can stand there and go together, right? You're fine.
Welcome back, everybody, here to Tug Valley, West Virginia. Chris Kidd, Bradley Dameron, Kevin Jones, Tommy Coppage, Darryl McCoy, along with the rest of the game, Jackson Estridge as well. And we also wanted to thank Precision Heating and Cooling and Electrical. Whether it's keeping your home cool in the summer, warm in the winter, or handling your electrical needs, the team at Precision gets you the job done right. They offer free estimates, work on any brand, financing options, and 24-hour emergency service when you need them most. Trusted service, dependable work, and hometown people you can count on. That's the Precision Heating, Cooling, and Electrical experience. Give them a call today at 304-235-2000 and tell them D&D Sports sent you. So again, guys, here today, it was an excellent game. Again, 7-1 doesn't exactly give off the right impression as to how close this game was all the way through. Again, Tug Valley had it 1-0 going into the fifth inning. 2 runs scored by Wahama. Then they break the dam in the 7th inning with 5 runs. And, you know, it's a bitter pill to swallow if you're a Tug Valley fan and player and coach, because you're number 3 in the state and you don't get a chance to represent at the state tournament. But, again, sometimes you end up in strong regions like this, and it's just difficult that one of these teams had to get left out. And, unfortunately, Tug Valley will be the team that doesn't get to go.
Yeah, this region is a bloodbath in Class A. I mean, you know, Gilmer County, Tug Valley, Wahama, man. You know,
it's insane.
We knew 2 of those teams are not going to make it. You know, and
that's what I said. Number 1 team in the state may not make it after what they dealt with man the other night. So, I mean, you know, you could have 2 of the top contenders maybe not even being in Charleston at this point, even with the expansion. So it goes to show how deep a lot of these teams are across the state and how good softball teams are across the state.
You know, West Virginia softball is actually really strong. I mean, you know, every class, single A, double A, triple A, quad A, you have players. You have Division I players in every level, and it's it's a lot of fun to watch, but you also know that a lot of good teams are not going to make it.
Yeah, and like I said, Tug Valley will unfortunately be one of them. But, again, today they just ran into the buzzsaw that was once again Gracie Banks. Again, she finished the game, complete game, 7 strikeouts, 3 walks, 3 hits, only 1 earned run given up. That in the first inning, and kept Tug Valley off the scoreboard the rest of the day. I mean, she maybe wasn't dominant in the sense that she was yesterday, but she was just as effective. And after that first inning, Tug Valley just really had a difficult time trying to get anything on her.
You know, with Banks, you know, to hold this Tug Valley offense to 1 run over the last 2 games speaks volumes for her. You know, and her fielding behind her was great as well.
Yes.
I mean, like that has been one of the big, I guess, hallmarks of this series here is just Wahama's glove. You know, they field the ball well, they play well, they play smart. You know, that's a very, very good team, and they'll have a very good chance of bringing home some big hardware in South Charleston.
Yeah, and it's going to be interesting to see how all that unfolds with the 18 field for the first time. I'm glad they expanded it. I think that does give some better teams an opportunity to get to Charleston out of tough regions. But like we said, it just goes to show how tough it is, even whenever you do have expansion like this.
You know, tough regions are still tough.
Yeah.
you know, I mean, like right here, you know, that's a very good Tug Valley team.
Yeah.
They've been excellent all year, beating some very good teams. And unfortunately, their season ends. There's going to be a very good team in the other half of this region, either Gilmer County or Man.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I guess Gilmer County still has to be Calhoun County, so I don't want to assume that. But one of those teams is going to be sitting at home.
Well, you heard that, Calhoun County. Bradley Dameron does not like you. Okay. I'm horrible at turning things on people. No, that is not what Bradley said. But, yeah, I mean, I'm like you. You don't know what's going to happen in these regions day to day anymore. I mean, you saw the Man score the other night, and while we knew Man was a good softball team, didn't expect them to blow out the number 1 team in the state, undefeated, 8-0.
No.
I mean, you don't know what's going to happen day to day. So, like you said, Calhoun, they may pull off another upset, may have Man and Gilmer. Gilmer may get there in the end. Man may knock them off again. I mean, there's just so much up in the air right now. And you'd have probably thought after the first game of this series and how devastating that loss was to Wahama that, you know, Tug Valley would have probably just taken this series because that opening loss was a big gut punch, and they somehow came back in the last 2 games from it.
Well, that's a team, you know, Wahama, that's a program that's used to going to the state tournament. They're used to advancing far. And I don't think it really rattled them. I think they just were able to dig right in. And, you know, and you've seen the last 2 days. They've played calm. They've played collected. I mean, it's a very good team. Gosh, you know, Gracie Banks has been phenomenal, I think, this tournament.
Yeah, she was absolutely phenomenal. Like you said, to be a sophomore and be able to deliver in the clutch like she did 2 games in a row is incredible. There's some of our guest work, some of Jackson Estridge, along with his girlfriend, who helped us out today with camera work over on the first base side. They're better to look at than me anyway. You might as well bring them in here. But, yeah, it was just incredible the way that they were able to field all week and the defense they had and the pitching they had. And, you know, Wahama's going to be one of those teams that's going to be extremely difficult to beat now, you figure, once they get into the state tournament.
And they're not going to beat themselves.
No.
I mean, you know, you can't expect them to have a bunch of errors. They're going to play smart. They're fast. You know, I think they only have 5 home runs all year as a team, but they play small ball extremely well and are able to move runners over, situational hitting. I mean, it's a really fun team to watch, actually.
Yeah, and you look at that top 3 again today: Audrey Reynolds, Fiona Van Meter, and Eve Smith. They were combined 8 for 12 at the plate today. I mean, that is incredible. 8 for 12 overall against a great pitcher like Lackey. I mean, that is no small feat to come out of there with that against her, especially the way Lackey started this game. But, I mean, 8 for 12 out of your top 3, you can't ask for anything better than that.
You can't. And, you know, I mean, through 4 innings, it looked like 1-0 could possibly even hold up.
Yeah.
And then, you know, they scratched across 2 runs in the 5th, and then, you know, the dam burst open in the top of the 7th. But this has just been – it was a phenomenal game, actually. I mean, like you said, people were going to see the score 7-1 and think this was a blowout, basically, and it wasn't. It was just a very good game with 2 very good teams. One team came out on top.
And it was the Wahama White Falcons here today winning it 7-1 over the Tug Valley Lady Panthers. We're going to step aside for one more break, and when we come back, we'll have our Tug Valley Wellness Clinic player of the game, Gracie Banks, joining us here on the D&D Sports Network. Seven to 1, Wahama knocks off Tug Valley to move on to the state tournament here in this Class A regional championship. We're now being joined by the Tug Valley Wellness Clinic player of the game, Gracie Banks, who did a phenomenal job the last 2 days pitching. Gracie, how were you able to shut this lineup down, hold them to one run over the last 2 days, seeing as it was one of the most impressive offenses all year long?
Yeah, we found the holes, we found their weaknesses, and we started jamming them. I mean, that's the only thing we could do. That was our only option.
Well, you get out here in the first inning here today. I'd imagine that's not what you wanted. Bases loaded, nobody out.
No, I was a little stressed out, but I believe in my team, and we did it. So. Well,
that's what we talked about after that first inning. We said that was probably a pivotal moment because they had an opportunity to perhaps crack things open for a 3 or 4 run inning, and you just shut it down. What was the feeling in the dugout after that, after you guys got out of that jam and just say, we're only down 1-0, we're good? Was everybody up and ready after that?
Oh yeah, we were ready for this. I mean, we expected to come in here and we knew that they were going to give it their all, and we didn't let our heads get down.
Yeah, because you had to do it in their backyard as well, which isn't an easy task. And after the way you guys lost the opening game between these two on Wednesday night, I was surprised you guys had the mental fortitude to be able to come back. I mean, that was a tough loss, being up 5-0 and losing that game. And I know that had to be a long trip back on Wednesday night. What was it you guys talked about that was able to get you all reset and refocused in this tournament?
Well, our coach talked about our attitude and how we can't get down after one mistake, and one mistake leads to another. And we told ourselves, like, hey, we need to wake up.
Mm-hmm.
Like, this is it. Like, we have to leave it all on the field. And that's what we did.
Well, what's the feeling like coming out of this region? I mean, you had 3 of the top 4 teams in the state just parked right here in this region, and you knew it was going to be very tough to get out of here. Now you get out, and I know you're going to face 7 other opponents in Charleston that are going to be just as tough, but how rewarding is it to come out of this tough region knowing what you all went through in it?
It's amazing. It's so relieving to know that our team came all this long, and we proved to anyone that doubted us that we were meant to be here.
Well, now you get to go back to the state tournament in Charleston again. It's a wonderful place to be. It's a wonderful scene.
Yeah.
And there's going to be so many more people there this year now that it's expanded to 8 teams. It's going to be a huge environment, a lot of fun. Going to be had. How excited are you guys to get to go back?
Oh, we're pumped. We are so happy.
And how about you and the rest of the girls on the team? Again, you guys look like a really fun bunch, like you all get along great. So I know this has to be collectively satisfying as well.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Well, Gracie, congratulations, girl.
Thank
you did
you.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Good luck in Charleston.
Right, thank you.
Again,
thank you very much.
Gracie Banks, part of the Wahama White Falcons, winners here today over Tug Valley, 7-1. And again, we want to thank you and thank all of our sponsors again here today for helping us bring you this ball game and all this action. Want to thank all of the people here at D&D Sports as well. Want to thank Gracie Banks as well for providing all the entertainment today on the mound for us here. And I'm Chris Kidd saying so long here from D&D Sports as you've been watching live here from Tug Valley, West Virginia today, the regional championships on the D&D Sports Network.